gonna get started. I don't have a good sense of how loud the music is for other people, but I'm going to oh, I can check it. Let's not be lazy. Doo 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 doo. All right. So a couple little setup things here. I'm going to stare at some random YouTube videos that I just got recommended. I'm checking out my live. That's what I'm doing. Okay, hold on. Oh, I can literally just open it right here. No, well, that's not gonna help. It's been a minute. Oh, it's really quiet. Okay, I need to turn that up a little bit, I think. Let's try that. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Okay. The other thing I'm going to set up now is just got a big work email. Screw that. Today we did something at work where we made a giant directory of every teacher in the district, and one of the things that we did was everyone had to sign up and say, like, this is something I'm good at and I could help you with. And immediately I've gotten an email of someone saying, I need tech help. And I'm like, screw that. Okay. Well, welcome in. I see I have 2 viewers. Hi, guys. I'm going to crawl under my desk for a minute while I plug in my drawing tablet, because I'm going to do some pre-production and plan out my work today on some good old MS Paint, because I was doing it before Pirate Software. He stole it. He's a stealing evil pirate. He saw me do it, obviously. I'm under my desk, but you can still hear me because I have a mic that is a little bit portable. How incredible. I'm going to unplug that cord. Hopefully that's all good. We're going to plug that guy in. And we are resurfacing. I've just made the connection that one of the concurrent viewers might have been myself, because I was on there testing it. Okay, how do I need to make the music quieter on my end, but then make it loud enough on this end. Okay, that should be good. So, today we are working on Ambit. My door just closed or something? That was freaky. We are not going to get very far today. Why can't I draw? Click. Try with the drawing tablet. Interesting. Draw, 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 draw. Okay. Well, I think I just wasted some time setting up my drawing tablet. We're going to be working on Ambit. And now my big magical goal is this grand thing over here. I am making a tutorial level for Ambit. This is going to be like, I'm hoping to make a tutorial level and then a demo level. So tutorial level is going to be, here's all the incredible things in the game, and then demo level is going to be, here's what your average level of this game would actually look like. But first, I have quite a few things that I need to work on. Namely, right now I am working on finding my mouse. Where did my mouse go? There we are. Right now, today, hello, second viewer. Today, we are going to work on, and let me know if the music's too loud or anything like that. We need to fix our cutscenes. So we need cutscene. 0 options. mode. So what that is going to be is, shoo, we're going to take you in to the magical world of Ambit here. We're going to head over to our tutorial level, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Save those, of course. So in this game, we have a couple beautiful things happening. Check this out. Boom. I start, and I am in a cutscene. This is what I'd been working on for a little while already. So I made a whole dialogue system, and that's incredible. And so effectively I have a character / dialogue system, and then I have a cutscene system. So a character is going to be like when you talk to someone and you have options and you talk through and you might, get a quest or sell an item or do something like that. A cutscene is going to be when you're sort of getting something narrative where you are just observing, right? And I mean, that's obvious, but I am just organizing them in my own way for this particular game. But a not so obvious difference to someone that hasn't made many games or hasn't made any games is that a cutscene doesn't have options, whereas a dialogue does have options. So when I am making a cutscene thing, I actually need it to check, does this thing have any options that the player can choose? If it doesn't have any options, I need it to have a button where it can just hit this button and continue, or even just click anything and continue. So not even a button, it just needs to be able to continue. So I'm going to let that load up. Definitely wasn't a phone call right there. So this is working, and it's working with the writing thing too. So if any of you guys remember, I made this whole system. Hopefully the second launch will be a lot faster than that first one was. Holy crap, that took a long time. There's a writing system where the text goes like character by character on the screen, but also the cool thing is while you hold to click, you can expand the dialogue faster. So it speeds up. The reason I like that system more than anything else is it forces you to engage with it just a little bit. There's my teacher side coming out. I want people to engage with my stuff or whatever. I don't know why I'm getting grid. Crap. I don't think that's what that is. Why am I getting that? Oh, weird. Okay, it's just how landscapes show up. A lot of things have changed, though. I have something that was not so obviously broken in Ambit also was that for the longest time, enemies were not functioning. They would not move at all. And this was entirely a dumb bug where we had landscapes set to be static objects instead of landscapes. And why that's an issue is because part of the boat's navigation system is that they are tracking. Oh my god, the freaking cannonball hit the cutscene. Okay, so sorry, I'm interrupting myself. Cutscene. Scene. Only for player overlap. Part of the reason that the landscape thing was important is because we were literally casting a line down to a landscape object only. So what would happen is it would look for a landscape object, not see any, because it wasn't detected as a landscape object, it was just a world static, and then they wouldn't know where they were, and so the whole game was broke. And it took me an absurd amount of time to figure that out. However, I did eventually figure that out. There's one more tool that I'm going to show off once I get this done really quickly, where I'm going to let's see, other actor, get a controller, maybe? How do I check this? Let's see. How do I check if it's just the player? Let's see. Let's see, player. That doesn't work. God dang it. Do. What am I doing? I could just go into this, right? Ignore all except pawn? Da-da-da. Let's try that. So, for some reason, my brain is small. It's not even been that long since I was on Unreal. It's been like a week, tops. But I can't seem to remember how I would do anything at all. Right now, I'm isolating it to just do pawns. So, in theory, cannonballs shouldn't work anymore on that overlap, which is definitely true. So, that's better than it was. Oh my gosh. It's been a little while. And I'm noticing an issue. Are you noticing an issue? Because I'm noticing an issue. Smelly over here doesn't seem to recognize me as an enemy. Also just like straight up isn't dying. Sort of an issue. There we go. Sunk. Nice. So another thing that's going wrong is that those billboards are way too bright. They seem to be picking up a sort of brighter value than anything else in the game typically does with these shaders, and that's a whole other issue, is that my entire Unreal Engine just crashed right now. Fatal error. Device hung. RIP. Okay. Somebody wants help with an online course. It's their first time teaching art history online. So much has changed. Okay, for interaction. Jesus. It's not quite the kind of technology that I'm good at. Educational tools. Not me. Okay. The last thing I wanted to show off before I actually started producing real things is these little curves. You might have noticed, or you might not have noticed, that things were appearing in the game that were not here in this level. Those are these little spline curves. This is a little tool I've made, and I'm very proud of. It's very simple, but all it is using the spline in Unreal, and whatever is the determined meshes, it is making those things. So check that out. We've got these little wooden posts, which are like really simple, not exactly anything fancy, but I have like height that is changing on some of them with some very specifically set randomness, some tilt, so some of them are tilted out of the way, and then these rocks, which are taking 3 different meshes entirely, so they're actually going from like 3 different it's an array of meshes and it's choosing at random. So kind of fun, kind of nice stuff there. The thing that I think is happening here is that for some reason my landscape actor, or my just landscape, I don't know why I'm adding the word actor to things, doesn't seem to have been set to landscape properly in my tutorial level yet. So now that I have set that and I save this, this guy should start moving towards my boat properly now. He is moving. I mean, he's juking around a little bit, so that's fine. So perfect. There we go. Now I can focus on that stupid little button situation. So this is just calling the dialogue ticking text box thing. I'm not the best at naming things, so sometimes those things are hard to parse. So what I was trying to do here is when I click, it should be quote-unquote setting next, and I should see a print string for that. So let's put my boat in route of this thingy so that I can actually move into it and test that out. So I should see set next. Oh, okay, I'm not a pawn, so I don't know what I'm doing anymore, clearly. I messed up my collision too much. Collision area. Viewport. Oh, that makes sense. Huh. I wonder if I can do player only. I could try character mesh, but I don't think I'm reusing a character mesh. I would just like to be able to do something in collision settings instead of having to do some sort of... Oh, nice. And that is... not setting next. Well, I guess I can delete this other boat momentarily so that I can test this better, because I'm getting way too many print strings there. Well, that's bizarre. Oh, it is setting next. Okay. So the hard thing is I need to trigger something that will create a button. Create, let's see, add no, because I want this to be part of the widget. Widget. Do we see what we want? Add component. No. Okay. We are going to be fast with our research these days. How do I add a component to a widget during game? Let's see. Create widget. Create the component you want. Does that sound right? No, I want to add something to this widget. Do I still have that full screen? No, I guess I don't. So we're just gonna add a button here, and I'll just make it ginormous. I know this is not optimized or anything at all, but I just need to work here. Behavior is enabled. Can be modified interactively by the user. And visible. So I should be able to Skip is enabled. Create binding. No, it's not what I meant to do. So I'm going to, first, it should always be invisible. We want to move the Z order. That could be it. So hold on. So we're going to set this to 0 on the alpha channel and 0 on the alpha channel. So that's going to make it invisible. And then what we can do is we can event graph, event construct. We're going to get, what is that, button 76? Soldier 76 moment here. Button 76, we're going to get that, and we're going to Z order. Z order, no, okay, come on. What? Z order. Why can't I set that? What? Delete element. I don't know if this will work. I guess I should specifically test it out. Maybe I can make it visible. And then this, we can... It's not gonna work, right? I guess we can make it colorful. I don't know if that's gonna work. Dang it. Okay, show me. How about show me? What? Whoa. I get it. I'm being silly. There we go. So if that was working, we would see it add itself. We're not seeing that, are we? Let's check that, though. And we will print it. So print hello, and that's added. Wait. No options should work. Oh, it's just straight up not adding at all. Okay, so we should see a hello, because there's no options. We're not seeing a hello with the no options thing, though. So, reads the value. Wow. Where am I setting that? Sets. So, if options is greater than 1, I think I'm doing that wrong, right? If the length of options is bigger than 1, then that would mean there are... Yeah, okay. That would make sense. That makes sense. And then this, though, if no options is true, is when I should be printing this, right? So this should be returning, and this should be doing this. I had them backwards. Let's try that again. I always have them backwards, let's be honest. Oh, see now... I didn't see it show up, but I also... There's some weird stuff happening where it wasn't letting me select the writing thing. See, that let me. Hello. So why can't I see it now? That's strange. Okay, there we go. So now, it should not be there. That should have set the color, or it should have turned it on. Clearly I'm doing something I don't understand here. Says it's visible, should be visible. Pretty visible right here. I guess I can set the color. It's just not adding it. I mean, it says it is, but it's clearly not doing anything. Adds a new child widget to the container. Darn it. To a parent widget, like a vertical box or... Okay. So it's adding it to itself, but itself didn't exist, I think is what was happening there. So I should be adding it to the canvas panel. So I could try add child, and I'll get canvas panel, and I'll set that guy up. There we go. Oh wait, swap those around. So the content that I'm adding is the button, and the target is that guy. And I want my second hello. Hello, second viewer. Welcome in. Okay, if this is working, after the text prints, the screen will go gray. Oh, it didn't, but we saw this, which is what we wanted. We have a button now. We win. We're doing it. But now we need to make it so that this button, when this button is pressed, does something important. Actually, what I should do is add this button to the options box, the options container. Because with any luck, I should be able to make it big enough that it's still filling the entire screen, but then it would be accessible in the options container, which would be really great. So let's do that. Let's go back into here. And we'll clean this up a little bit. Not very much, but a little bit. We're going to add button to... Instead of canvas panel, we're going to add it to the options container. Oh, this could really F up the... well, no, it shouldn't, because there should be mutually exclusive. It's not like both can exist at the same time right now. Sorry, I should open AC cutscene dialog or AC test. Let's try AC cutscene dialog, and then no, I want to open up the actual object thingy, the actor here, cutscene base. This is also not what I want. God dang it. Let's check the character one and see how I did that. Because I feel like it wasn't here. Okay, I guess it wasn't. Event graph? No, nothing in there at all. That's super strange. Character base? Oh, it's in... No. Guys, what am I doing here? Well, I guess the real question is, what am I trying to accomplish? Huh. Owning dialog component. Wow, I'm really, like, slow. Ticking text box. Dang. This owns the option container. So why am I even doing that? No, I should be able to do that. Set that to this guy. And then we can call a function, right? Continue dialog. What did I set it as? Next dialog. Well, crap. So, what was even happening in this guy? Okay. Oh, I'm getting that first. But that's just the... God, I'm confused. Owning dialog about it. AC dialog. Oh. There you go. This could be huge. This could be it. Crap. Oh, because I need to do on pressed or whatever. That's not doing anything. Hold on. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay, hold on. Button 76 on pressed. Get owning no. Get owning dialog component. And we're gonna do what's the next dialog? Yes. I'm so smart, guys. Delete all that. And now, if we go into the cutscene thing, and I hit that little button, I have to hit the little button. Click. God dang it, I don't know if it's working or not. Doesn't seem to be working. Whoa, Jesus. Access none trying to get the next dialogue. Well, next dialogue, if you access none, you should be clearing yourself, you dingus. Welcome in, new viewer. How's it going? How's it going? Next dialogue. My brain's falling out. It's not printing either of those. Guys. Or maybe it's not getting the... Why not? Running dialog component, it's the same thing. That's why. It's because it's looking for that one, it's not actually looking for the individualized one that was created for it. Whereas this... Variable type AC dialog. No? Owning dialog component. Dang, dude, I can't figure this out. Okay. This is why you're not allowed to ever take a break from anything you ever work on, because you'll just immediately forget everything you've ever done. But I'm not doing that. Like, that's so fair. I did this whole thing following like a 2 hour long tutorial for like a while, like 2 weeks ago, and it was just in this like horrible, dazed state. So, admittedly, I've just forgotten everything from like a week and a half ago. Not my best look. So what I need to do is I need to click on this. Because this is what I'm missing. I'm doing update selected option. I'm not even doing next. So why was I trying to do that in this thing? Because I'm not calling that. I'm calling update selected option. What a genius, guys. Holy crap. And then dialog options. I'm just getting dialog index and in option index. Do I even have? Well, let's see what happens if I... it needs them. Where could I get this? Get... Well, besides that, how's it going, dude? Take notes at all? Like physically? Like write things down? I should. Heatwave, yeah. A lot of fires in the US. A lot of crap going on. What the just happened? This whole thing's just tweaking out. Okay, that's not right still. Oh my god. What the actual... Hold on, we need to reset these right now. Oh my god. Wow, okay. Okay, so to refresh my own self on what I'm doing right now, I am trying to make it so that when I am clicking on that little button, it should be sending me to the next dialog. The issue is, though, is that I'm only wanting that button to exist if and when it is important for it to. So that's why when I click, it's checking to see if it should exist. That's this one. It checks these things, conditions, and if it should, it will create the button and add it to the canvas panel. Great! And then down here, when it's pressed, I'm saying it needs to update the selected option. And I guess progress index needs to just increase by 1, and then option index needs to be nothing. Can I just... I've never tried number before. Okay, so I do need to make variables for these. Integer. One more. This should literally just always be 0. I know. I know there's... Obsidian. Nice. Probably worth it. Yeah, I just have bad habits. There we go. Get that. Oh, I think I'm gonna want to do this. This is looking a little ugly. Yay! Click, click. God dang it. Still errors? No. It's just not getting that at all? Owning dialog component? Dang. Wonder why not. Yes, 100%. That's literally what it is. I just started work back up last week. I'm a teacher full-time, actually. So I've been doing like a week of training, and then I come back to this, and I'm like... It's like I've never seen anything before in my life. Even though I literally wrote all this 1 week ago. God. Animation and game design, actually. High school level. It's fun because so it'll be my second year teaching it, so I get to teach game design 2 and like animation 3 basically. So I get to teach higher level courses, which means less students and more independent work for them. So it just gets cooler and nicer. Dang. Okay, so I need to take a look at my... It is very cool. Creates a ticking text box widget. So yeah, it's doing that. So this is owned by that. So AC cutscene test does own my text box widget. So I don't see why it's having such an issue with calling that function. I'm sure if my friend was here, he'd say, "Oh, you're an idiot. It's obviously this thing right here." Because it's not saying anything about my horrible jerry-rigged index numbers here. It's just saying it can't find this at all. Let's see. Never used Unreal. What do you use to make games? I'm assuming you make games. Dang. Oh, cool.
Your word is formaldehyde.
Well, here's the actual game for a minute. Wow, it's so nice to look at. God dang.
Into your body like formaldehyde, which she singles out because it's the same chemical used to preserve your Uncle Rico's funky smelling.
We're getting an ad. It's like, am I going insane? What is this? I didn't remember that it was playing in the friggin' stream. Oh my god. Okay. Brain wipe, drink some drinks. Have you published anything? Let's see. Let's start conversation. Saying create this. This is the owning dialog component. So it knows that create a ticking text box widget. So when I refer to its owning dialog widget, it knows that it is the cutscene test thing. Nice. What kind of clones have you made? Cool. Yeah, we've published a couple things, but they're, I mean, really small. Holy crap. 0 frames all of a sudden. I don't know what that's about. It's because I'm on the video? What happened? This ran. Crazy stuff. Oh, nice. Classics. Maybe this one will not lag out. Oh my god. I'm lagging out. Such an optimized game. Okay. Alright, I gotta do some tedious crap. So we're gonna go into... Where is it even getting those? Yeah, all the code is like node-based crap. Because I am like more art educated than scripting educated, so this is a lot easier for me to understand, but even still I'm like sitting here exploding my head in because well, let's be honest, I'm also trying to do this after an entire 8-hour workday, so I'm like just randomly click on things and struggling. Yeah, I don't know where to start with like learning something script based. I was thinking trying to make like a super small scale Minecraft mod would be really fun as like a starter project for myself. I know it's Java, so I don't know how much that relates to any other code thing. I'm sure all the like concepts with like lists and arrays and everything are probably very similar, but I know that the formatting and stuff would be different. So these must be getting passed around. Yeah, it's very accessible. I'm hoping to actually start teaching it to high schoolers this year for my Game Design 2 class. We used the Roblox editor, which is actually kind of cool because there's so much easy stuff built into it. But I'm hoping to use that next time, so we'll see. Wow. Ticking text box. Where is where is this? Why is it not listed in my variables? Cool. I think I did something in Pygame at one point. I don't remember what it was. I think it was probably some Code Academy stuff. I don't think I got very far though. I just ended up having to work on lesson plans and stuff. Huh. The problem is that my brain has been turned off. So I'm creating this little system so that I can use a like cutscene basically instead of a character. So if I go into my characters folder, I have this guy who is extremely disproportionately scaled. There we go, much better. So I'm gonna place him in my world and just hit play. I don't know why I've been getting extremely low frames, so brace yourself for that for just a moment. I can try to make OBS way smaller so that it's not using much of my screen. Let's try that. Oh, that's much better. So if I go up to this guy, I can hit a button and start a dialogue. And I can speed through it, and I can click buttons, and I can just work through the dialogue. And I still have a bug going on here, where if I try to go through the dialogue right now, and I have a... Oh! That was fascinating. That actually worked. That little button there actually worked on that one. But this cutscene thing spawns the same button here, but it is not working. Oh, you know what actually probably happened? Give me 1 second to test this again. So, if I talk to this guy, I'll hit no, and it'll say just come back whenever you're ready, and I click, and I click. Oh, okay, so I really have no idea what's going on. So that button is working in this boat guy, but not in this cutscene guy. The difference... I'm actually even more confused now. I'm assuming this has the same exact logic. Hold on. So this one's setting an interact instigator. Oh, that's because I'm... yeah. So the button is being spawned inside what is called a widget in Unreal, which is basically what UI stuff is in Unreal. That's how it functions. So the button is that little tiny gray button in the corner. The only reason that exists is if... Nope. Yes. Okay, so I've just realized why it spawned that last time. So the only reason that button is supposed to exist is if there are 0 options left. Now, currently, this shows 0 options because it was supposed to just go away here. So this is an entirely separate bug. But now that there's 0 options and I clicked, this button showed up. Ideally, what's going to be the finished product is the button's going to be the entire screen, and it's going to be invisible. So after your text has loaded out, you'd be able to just click and it would just go away or go to the next text, just like that. However, so the only function that should be spawning this button is if there are 0 options. And then what the button is supposed to be doing is, and I can show you right here, the button, when it is pressed, it is getting the owning dialog component, which in this case is, let's see, it should be AC cutscene test. So it's this guy here. hold on. Oh. Wonder if there's a... Jeez, I'm just getting lost. I'm just checking this event graph to make sure there's nothing in this one either. Okay, sorry. So I click that button, and it is saying, basically, move to the next dialogue, which usually it'll either move to the next dialogue or close the thing. But in this case, it is not moving to the next dialogue. What I think is happening is it's upset that I'm calling it inside this text box thing instead of inside the options thing that I am usually calling it in. However, it seems like, according to this logic, it should be able to be called in either, because I'm getting a reference to the owning dialog component, which is this guy. You can literally take a look at the logic here, where it's literally... it's creating a text box. So this object, this widget, owns this. This is a child of this. And then this is a child of this. They are both, options and this are children of this. So what's really happening is I'm just calling this thingy and trying to call a function, but it's just not working. So for example, when I click on one of these options, it is getting a reference to the owning dialog component and updating selected option. And if I click on that, I can see, here's my owning dialog component. This is exactly what it does, and it's going to call the next dialog. Trying to do that exact same thing inside the text box, inside of this options thing, but when I do it inside the text box, it is just giving me an error. I filled these two. These shouldn't even really matter. Oh, you know what I probably should do is just make my own function. Instead of update selected option, maybe I should just call next dialog. Or would that be an issue? Hold on. No, it should work. That should work entirely, because I'm not really even using options. Because the whole point is that for this particular use case, I'm using this when there are no options. But it's having a hard time getting that function for whatever reason. See this? This is what it's saying. It is saying, access to none, trying to read property owning dialog component, which is super, super strange. Now, I'm sure that if I put it inside this guy, that would work, because this is a child that is created by this, right? So we've got our owning component. This is what has all the actual functions in it. That is creating a big freaking text box thing. Text. And then that is creating an options box. Options. This options box, I already have code that is working, that is calling and saying get AC, this guy, and do his function. So it's just getting a reference to that. But for some reason, when I try to call AC inside this text box, it is not working. So although I don't understand why it's not working, I could probably try to just get it to call it in here instead. The hard part, though, is that all the other buttons are normal, and they already exist as components inside this. So I will need to make my other button a different kind of component inside the options, dialog options situation here. Which I can do by adding a button to this. Can I cast components as others? You should be able to cast to... I guess I don't know what you mean by cast them as others, but basically what I'm saying is I don't know why I can't cast this, because they should functionally be doing the exact same thing. Can you cast an object as something else? What I'm going to try to do is just make this happen. I'll show you in just 1 second. So this is going to be the screen click. We'll call it that. So anywhere on the screen, I should be able to click, and it'll be fine. We're going to specifically... Stupid. Where's the sizing? There we go. So for now, this is going to only fill that dialogue component thing, which is what we're going to run into an issue with, or this options box. But let's see. Screen click exists now. So let's take a look at how I'm creating options. Good Lord. So for each option, it is creating a dialogue widget. Specifically, a dialogue options widget. It's making an entirely other widget. And this is, again, the owning dialogue component. See, I just don't get that. I don't get why that would be any different. Suppose. Wait, whoa. I already have, what am I doing? Holy crap. Oh, God. This would be way better. When did I make this? God. Okay, hold on. I literally need to take a minute and figure this out. I need to give myself a brain break. So this code is probably better. Yeah, possibly. TLDR, I might have solved this in a much simpler way already and not realized it. Where is this full screen button thing, though? Full screen button. It's right here. Oh my god. Oh, but... Yes, this should work. Because I should... Clicked. Oh my god, I have all of this stuff set up. Why is it not... Why is this not working then, huh? Holy crap. I know I said I was going to take a break, but I feel kind of obligated to figure this out now. Is this spawning at all? Hold on. Oh, because the problem could be that it's calling... When is it calling update dialog text? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. If the link is less than 1, it should be creating this. It crashed. Oh my god. Okay. Ugib, thank you for all your help and talking. I am going to go take a couple-minute break. I will be back in like 3 minutes if you're still here, but I'm going to give it a second so that my brain can restore and I can find peace in life. Make some tea. Nice. I am back. I know you missed me. Okay, things are about to get intense. Step 1. We're going to unplug all of the stupid logic that we just added. What the? Weird. Okay. So, we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of this. We're getting rid of this button entirely because I have it happening somewhere else, which I just had literally forgotten that I made. So, what should be happening, and we're gonna print this first. No options. And print. Crap. Button 76 doesn't exist. We're getting rid of all that. Okay. Yep. Okay. We gotta head to our tutorial level. Don't worry. You are not missing much. This is the setup. And then we're going to go into the full screen button, which is in our blueprints, UI, text box. I'm going to make sure this thing is visible. That is what I want over anything else. I'm going to make it a fancy color too. Background color, I don't know. Gross. That's a really gross color. Okay. So now, we're on the wrong side. Okay, clearly, if it did get created, it is not showing up right now. So what we can do is we are going to take this black screen and we are going to make this invisible, because that could be in front of it, and that's what I'm curious to see. Was that the reason I was having a hard time with this last time? No, still don't see the red at all. So let's go into our graph here, and we're going to go into our updated dialog. This was not printing at all. So let's check this out. Is this even happening at the beginning? Updated dialog text. I'm going to make it orange so that it's very, very easy to see. Okay. Updated dialog. Okay, so this is happening. No options. It did print no options. Okay. So for some reason this isn't visible though, or it's not being created properly. Let's check this out. Full screen button widget. Z order, right? What is this? No Z order thing. What am I missing? Full screen, fill vertically, fill whatever. Is enabled, is visible. Okay. Clicked. So that's another interesting thing. Screen button should be showing up. Okay, so I've got that. Let's do full screen button created. So making this extremely thorough here. Full screen button created. Where is it? It's not printing clicked either, so clearly that's an issue. Dang. Z order? Why can't I do Z order? That's crazy. Let's go into the widget. We're getting close. So all of this is working. So it's determining that there's no dialog options, and then it is printing and creating this widget, which is the full screen button. And what that should look like on my screen is this gross color, so I know it shows up. It would be invisible in the future, but I need to make sure it shows up, so that's the color that I have for it now. It is even printing this, which is full screen button created, which is only happening after this guy, which is implying that it does exist, but I'm not seeing it on my screen at all, and also it is not printing clicked. It should be printing clicked if it is clicked on. So what I'm guessing is it's somehow like the transforms of it are just wrong. It's not in the right spot, maybe. So I want to make sure I do that. Maybe I need to anchor it to the middle of the screen. That might be something. Size box. I don't think I need a size box. Let's do a canvas panel. And let's do a button. And then our anchor is going to be middle. And we want it in the middle of the screen too. See, there's Z order. Okay. Hovered button option. Oh. Okay. I'm just redoing that piece right there because it got deleted when I killed that last button. So I should be able to do on hover, no, on pressed, I think. Or on released, I guess. Well, let's just see if we can get that to show up. Still not visible. Crazy. Okay. Should be printing clicked, and I think it... Well, it can't be because I'm not clicking on it. Duh. Is it slot? Helps to set the position in the viewport. Beam viewport. Hold on, we're gonna full screen here. Ooh, I'm losing frames from that. It's so bad. Yes, there's just nothing showing up on the screen for that at all, which gives me the indication that maybe it's not actually showing or being created. Full screen button. What is that? Oh, well that's an issue. I named the wrong thing. Huh. Okay. If that's not visible on my screen, then I have to assume it's not being created. It shocks me, actually. Wait. I broke the whole thing, I think. Because that's not even the real... That's not even the right dialogue. That's the default dialogue. What did I do wrong? Oh my god. Oh, it's because it's not... Wait, it's... It's because I need to do this part still. Wait. I guess that is part of this too. So I'm creating this content. I'm adding it to the options container. So let's try this. What if I don't even need the canvas panel? What if all I need is a button? And then I can add that to the canvas panel. Okay. You fool, you've activated my cutscene. Is that my button? Or is it the old button? Did something like crash and break horribly? And like the old button still exists for some reason? No. Wait, why is this button gray? Do I need to make this a different color? Okay. I think we might have somehow made some progress finally. Yes! Okay, we have that actually being added to the screen. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! So now here comes the scary part, is will it actually work when I do the rest of this? So I'm going to add button. Thank you. We'll call this... I mean, it just has to be called button, honestly. There's nothing else in this thing. So all I need to do here is do on clicked. And I should at least get a clicked text thing. That's all I'm looking for. Clicked. Okay, so that's good. And it's still doing that. Oh my god, no. So why does it not happen when something's in the options widget? That's the question I have. Well, and I guess the other... We were so close and so far away. Button option. So in this, I'm creating button option. That's literally what's happening. It is updating this. It's creating dialogue option. Which is the entire object. And then I think what we were missing is that something is happening in the dialogue piece that maybe I wasn't realizing. If I go into this code, we will get to this. So I guess what I don't understand is that when I'm adding one of these options, how does it know to put it inside of this button? Or it's literally creating this entire thing, I guess is what's happening each time. Dialog options. So I can't make a different thing inside this. Owning dialog component. It's right there. I don't know why that wouldn't work. I really don't understand that. This isn't even being used, so that can go away for now. I think. Reading through this, reading through this, reading through this. Get owning player. Owning dialog component. Owning player. Dialog component, dialog component. It's making me feel like I'm going crazy. Yeah. It is, and I think it's my fault. I didn't really organize this much. I literally most of this is built off this giant 2-hour long tutorial that I just followed because I've never made something like this before on my own. But this is the part where I'm trying to modify what the tutorial gave me and add my own thing to it. And of course that's where the most learning happens, but it's also where the most resistance happens. Really the only thing that I'm having an issue with is that for some reason, although these both have owning dialog component set as their owning dialog component, if I call anything else besides dialog options, if I call those functions from anywhere else, it's just not working. It just will not get this function for some reason. That is the part that's really fascinating to me. I wonder if I'm doing something on like construct or something that I don't know about. Casting it, that's fine. All of that's normal. Nothing interesting in there. Writing it is just the writing function. And this is just write text. This is just getting the text. There's nothing particularly interesting in that code. And this is literally just clearing it out, emptying out the old stuff if there was any, setting some variables, and then this is where I check, am I having options that I'm populating, or am I not, and I'm adding a full screen invisible button. But for some reason, the full screen invisible button, although it is set up the same way, just doesn't work. I wonder if I need to like populate one of these fields or something and I didn't realize it. But I mean, technically those are. That's a 0 and that's 0 basically, you know, so it's not like there's nothing there. I could put something in that, but I really doubt that's going to change anything. Clicked. See, clicked. That's all we get. And then I stop this. Yeah. Access to none trying to read property owning dialog component. And if I click on that, it'll show me exactly where it's having the issue, which is right here inside the full screen button guy. But I guess my question is, why is it not doing that here? It's the exact same. I guess the only thing I could think of is that this variable is coming from this somehow, and it's not from here. Hold on. That's kind of what I'm feeling. These look exactly the same down here, though. Like, hold on. I mean, I can change that to on released because that's technically a difference. So now that's one more thing that's slightly more in line. Yeah, I mean, like, that's just killing me. It is the exact same code. It just doesn't get this for some reason here. Here, it just gives up. Image, background, yeah, those are nothing different. Well, what if I just try this? Get display name. Oh, did it just not print anything? Wait. What? That was weird. No options, full screen button created. Oh, it's when I click. That's right. Wow. Wow. Dang, dude. I don't know what I'm on, but it just... There it is. Owning dialog component. They're literally being set in the exact same way, even. Like, I could just grab that, and they're literally the exact same node now. And if that doesn't work, then I just think I don't understand anything anymore. Fascinating. One thing I could think of is widget blueprint, widget blueprint, widget blueprint. So they're even the exact same type of object. Look at options. Reference viewer. Whee! They even have like the exact same list of references. Like they're built the exact same. Crazy. I just get stuck like this with code all the time. It's not a very good sign. AC dialog object reference. AC dialog object reference. Yeah, well, Unreal's usually really good about telling you if references are broken or out of place. But I see what you're saying. I've just recreated the node with the new owning dialog component piece created. It would be so annoying. I mean, I'm sure there's something going on that I just don't understand that is a little bit more complicated than that singular situation there. Why am I getting a hello? Oh, so it's printing this, and then it's dying right here. Friggin' crazy. I don't know. Is enabled. Parrot save. Like, what if it's something with the actual button that I'm using? Sucks because this is just like very objectively not an interesting or fun part of the game to be working on. Because I could be potentially working on something much more interesting and fun. But sometimes you gotta get these ugly pieces out of the way. Yeah, seriously. And this is just one of the small issues with the dialogue. Gosh. Adding the target. Printing. Yeah. I wish I could get more into the scripting. I've always just had a hard time just staring at all that. We did real, like, normal scripting stuff in Lua for the most recent game we made, the little mushroom one. And I did a lot of, like, filling in blanks, you know? Like, my friend made the structure for a huge dialogue system similar to this. And then I just filled in all the actual dialogue options, and that was a lot more in my comfort zone. But, man, I just don't friggin' get it. This. I'm going to run through these again. Could it be something with how I've set up the actual cutscene component here? AC cutscene test is then starting a conversation. AC cutscene test is starting a die. And then there's character. The dialogue. Man. Doesn't have. Sorry, this one. Using that same thing. Then it's using self. Yeah, it looks the same. Fascinating. Like, it doesn't seem to even have anything in any of these other pieces about this dialogue options piece. It's so magical. It's the only one that works for some reason with this owning component. I guess I could just ask, why is UE5 accessing none when referring to owning AC? This is my little evil thing here. Send. Well, that broke it. It does. Sure, the second version is probably initialized, and that the references are set before trying to access the component. Interesting. Uh, but it's doing it at the same time, so it's not like it's different. Doo-dee-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Doo-doo-doo. AC cutscene test. Why is that not working here? Oh my god, it's killing me. I've had 23 viewers. Apparently, but none of them stuck around but you. Yeah, like that's what I've been working through. I've been adding print strings throughout like all of these. These just print stuff to make sure that things are actually functioning. It's just that for whatever reason, I don't know. Like if I go into this one, I bet, oh, I can't just join that. If I go into dialogue options and I go to this graph, something that I'll be interested to see is, oh, it won't even, well, here, we can do it here. Print, owning dialogue component. Oh, but I guess that won't print because it's not creating that one, it's creating this one. Should I work on something else for a while? I guess not. I really do feel like I need to fix this. Get it working. I've just been in a hole for so long. Oh my god. What am I missing? Thanks. It's very supportive. Please do. I would have probably given up an hour ago if you weren't here, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like forcing me to try harder. Suppose I need to add one of these for the... Oh, well that's a whole other issue. Well, it says it right here. It's literally that it's just not understanding the reference. Like this thingy, the owning dialogue component, which is this guy right here. It is just not getting that for these other widgets. It works inside this options widget, which I'm using for like the if there's option boxes, right? Like the player has options, you know, like this that'll show up. But for some reason, it won't get it inside this text box widget. It won't get it inside this full screen widget. It won't get it inside any of these other pieces. It doesn't understand for some reason that that is the owning component, even though literally inside this it is saying right here that is setting it. It's saying owning dialogue component is set right here. It's literally setting it right here, saying this is this. And it's doing that for both of these. So that's the weird thing, is it feels like something else is happening with this options piece that I'm not aware of. Because here, it's doing it, and it's setting it right here, saying owning dialogue component is this. And it's setting it the exact same way for this other piece of this thing here. But for whatever reason, when I try to get this in anything else, in this thingy or in this text box, it does not define this correctly, which means that I am missing something. It means that there's something going on in this code that I'm not fully aware of right now. And I think I don't know what I think. I mean, if I look at this, is there something special in the dialog component that is preventing it from interfacing with other widgets? No, because it's interacting with this options one, right? And like I checked that too. So if I go to this cutscene dialog, so this is what that is, AC cutscene stuff. Wait, is it this one? AC dialog. No, sorry, it is the cutscene one. Is the one I'm currently using. So if I go in there, cutscenes, AC cutscene dialog. So this is the parent class, and this is the like child of it, basically. Or wait, am I doing it wrong? Did I make these incorrectly? Because that would be. Wait, parent class AC dialog character. Component. Cutscene dialog. Okay, yeah, no, those seem like they're made correctly. But so this is the thing. Sorry. So its actual code is inside this one. And what it's doing immediately off the bat is not happening in here. It's happening in here. God, I'm like losing my mind a little bit. Sorry. There it is. So inside this thing here, which is this object, literally right here, it is saying, let's find that again. When it overlaps with the player, this AC cutscene test, which is this right here, and all this is this is my dialogue. This is the thing that owns my dialogue, and this is the thing that owns all the functions I'm using also. So like if I want to use next dialogue or get options or close dialogue, all of that exists in these guys. And this is saying this is the owner of this thing. It's setting it right here even. Create ticking text box widget. Now this is the most interesting part. It's setting the text box widget, this thing, and its owning dialogue component is itself. But for whatever reason, if I did some sort of code in here, in the text box, like I could go into the right here, event graph. We're going to get owning dialogue component. And we're going to print it out. Sorry, that's not a print, clearly. Because, again, we see right there, I have too many things open, clearly. Right here, it says, this thing is the owning dialogue component of this thing. And so we should see that print its name as soon as I touch this. And we didn't. And I'll try it one more time even, because I know those went by really fast. Actually, make it even more crystal clear. We're going to make the duration of this 20 seconds. And we'll make it bright white. It printed two trues. Those are, I believe, unrelated. But it didn't print that name. guess this is something we could try instead, is we can check and see if this object is valid. We're gonna print for 10 seconds to say AC is valid, and otherwise, same thing, print for 10 seconds, AC is not valid. Because I wonder if it's like just screwed. AC is not valid. Why not? Why not though? Is it being Yep. Because the super weird thing about that is literally doesn't make any sense to me at all, right? Is if we follow the order of operations here, I am bumping into this object. This object is starting conversation. Is literally the first thing it does is start conversation. And literally the first thing it does is create the ticking text box widget with itself as the owning dialogue component. You know, so it's like, what is happening? Like, how is that not valid? Because this thing shouldn't exist if this is happening. It's literally like shouldn't be able to be created. I guess we can. Hold on. Self. Get a reference to this instance of the blueprint. AC cutscene dialogue. Now, is the issue no, because it is a child of this, so it should be working still. Because, for example, in here, we have the same thing. This other one is a reference to self. And then it is setting that is a dialogue widget, setting it to viewport. So I'm going to close the other ones here. Adds it to the viewport, freezes enemies, goes to the next thing. So let's do something else. And I'll take those exact same prints from here. Dang, dude. Can I ask you what has inspired you to hang out for so long? Oh, my bad. Yes, he is valid there. Cool. Appreciate that. So that's fun too. So we just tested that out, and this guy says it is valid. But then we're we're going into here, and it says it's not valid. So kind of a situation we have here for sure. Ugh. Yeah, well, I mean, the weird thing is, yeah, because the thing that's weirding me out is we're literally right here. Start conversation. So this is the boat has entered the cylinder, right? And then immediately we're checking, is this reference valid? And it just printed out, yes, this is valid. And then we create text box widget, right? Okay, awesome. So we go to text box widget and on construct. So this is creating that widget, right? So we've literally just went create this, and this says when it is created, we're checking if this is valid. And then it's not. So literally from step 1 to step 2, it's just disintegrating for some reason. But for some reason, yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I can go into here again, and I guess the interesting thing I can look at is, like, again, this guy, for whatever reason, it works. So let's, like, if I create dialog options, all that's going on here. So I actually have this now. What I'll do here is I'll do the same valid node thing. Because what I think I'm going to end up having to do, which is something I don't want to do, but I think what I'm going to have to do is create this full screen button inside this options thing. Because the options thing is working. So, but it would just be slightly more complicated because I'd have to, like, make everything function differently and pass through a different value or something. It's just like, it's a crunchy, weird solution, right? It's not exactly what I would like to be doing. But also, at this point, I've spent so much time trying to fix this that anything would be great, right? So, I don't know why I would complain about that at this point. So what this should do here is I'm going to check if this one is valid, and this is that NPC character. So this one has dialogue options in it. Like, no matter what, there are dialogue options already in that one. I'm gonna save all because I've been having some issues. So if I go in, talk to this guy, should say valid. I think I have to hit L. So I have is valid, is valid, is valid, is valid, is valid. Freaking weird, right? So that proves that for some reason the dialogue options is getting this properly, but nothing else is. So we're gonna just try to do this differently. we're going to go into our ticking text box. We're going to update our dialog thing so that this second version of this is going to create the dialog options widget also. But we're going to add an input node. I just need to remember how to do that. I think I can do that in AC cutscene dialog. Update selected option. And this is going to be perfect. Options available. Maybe that didn't work. Create. Wait. How does it even have all of those? I think I've just discovered a more interesting thing here. Hold on, hold on. See, why does it... I feel like I'm really close to figuring something out. Hold on. Hold on. My brain's so close to something. Not valid. But so the weird thing that I was having this epiphany of is that all of these inputs are being passed through. But I guess it doesn't actually matter. Unless this is like not getting passed through properly on this one. But no, it's the same thing. Get any dialog. Get but it's invalid in the text thing. So why is it valid in that one? I know. I'm feeling it. Get any player, self. It's like... I'm going to try literally one more of these, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to move on to what I was trying to do earlier. I just don't get it. Not valid. Okay, moving on. So, for some reason it's something inside the widget here. This guy. God dang it. God. Okay, so what I was going to try to do, I've realized I'm not actually sure how to do. I think I need to... Dang, dude. I... A little bit confused. Oh, that's not what I want. God dang it. No, not right now. It's defaults. Yeah, that's one of the horrible things about Unreal is like you click on the wrong thing and you've all of a sudden opened up Visual Studio and it's a little nightmare. I think I need to go back to those stupid tutorials that I'd watched so long ago. Because I'm wondering, how did I even make these three inputs for this dialogue thing? Like, where did that come from? Because if I can make a Boolean input of quote-unquote no options, then I can make it so that when this spawns its thing, it's entirely different for the options versus no options thing. And I think that would be pretty effective. I just don't know how far into my, like, YouTube watch history I'll have to go to find those videos again. I found them. But I very much make sure they're muted. Gotta be like number 2. Cool. I feel like maybe this will help me.
widget type, you want to choose the dialog option that you selected. So when you choose that particular class, you should then see the options text. And this time what we want to do is from the loop body is do create. And for the widget type, you want to choose the dialog option that you selected. So when you choose that particular class, you should then see the 4 options pop up on the side. If you're not getting those particular options, you might just need to go into the options widget again and just double check to make sure that they are exposed on spawn and editable. So we're done. We can then get a reference to the options container. We want to add, and then we want to connect the return to the content there on the add child. So what will happen here is it'll create the widget and then it'll add it to the options container. Because this particular widget will already be visible, any of the children will automatically be made visible as well, so we don't need to add to viewport or anything like that. Okay, so the next thing we can do is just finish connecting up some of these options. So from the array element, we can just connect that straight up to the options text. And then we have from the array index, we can connect that up to the options. So there's 3 options, and the values are 1 and 2, and it'll automatically assign those based on that array index. The next thing we need to do is the dialog index. So we can just grab that from the input. So I'm just going to do get index. You do need to make sure it is the one that's on the multiple section. If there's multiple. So move this over a bit more room. And then lastly, we want to do the owning dialog component. And for that, we can just grab the reference that we've already got.
Okay, I'm gonna try this and see what happens. We're going to refresh now. I think we're getting into something convoluted and nonsensical, but that might mean maybe. So I've basically daisy chained this entire no options thing inside of the other options thing, so that maybe it'll be valid. It says AC is not valid. Well, that might. Oh, everything's broken. Everything's broken. Oh no. No. Yeah. Oh, this might help. Hold on. I don't know why I would even. No, that means literally nothing. Yeah, that's super broken. You're right. Control Z spam. So I added a boolean that basically used that same piece, but would potentially do the thing I wanted, and it didn't do what I wanted at all. See, now that's working again. But that's not. AC is not valid. Alright, man. I don't know what to do anymore. I would feel bad about ending stream when you've been here so long and I haven't fixed this stupid thing. And I'd also think it would really ruin my motivation to come back to this project for a while. But I'm so stuck.
So in terms of the way this is laid out, I'm not too the coding dialogue.
Yeah. There, I mean, I have the tutorial pulled up, literally, like on another monitor.
Stick in a category, so let's call this
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Well, and the thing that I'm
dialogue component. I've just
working on is an extension of that tutorial, right? So, like, the part that I'm trying to add did not exist in the tutorial version he had made. Hmm.
drag these into the dialogue as well.
I just don't understand why the owning dialogue component is becoming invalid. That's what I just tried. Yeah. Why is my owning? Yeah.
so that's just sort of reordered them. Completely optional, that step, so I do apologise for that. Well, yes, that just makes that look a little bit tidier. So, and then for this we can just put loading player. I believe in terms of the main dialogue system, that itself should all be set up. So,
Huh.
yeah, so we've got the functions there, so the open conversation. So at this point, what we need to do is go ahead and set up a quick system that will allow us to sort of trigger a conversation, and then we'll show you how to actually set up a conversation as well.
Too far. Skunk water sprayed on worshippers near Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Okay, so that should be that setup. So what we can then do is just create a child from the NPC base. So if you go back to the main input. So what we need to do is add a way of being able to. I actually want to check to see if the act that has overlapped with it.
Nice. Did you try to link something? I don't know if you can link things in YouTube streams. This is the video that inspired my trap obsidian.
If it implements the blueprint interface for the interactable. So you can add the does implement interface, and then you want to choose the VPI, tidy this up a little bit. Just make sure the third person character spawned is selected. So what we can then do from the state, we want to do
If you added a link, I can't see it. Because I think YouTube censors that crap in the chat. Like, it doesn't let you put links in. Fair enough. Will do. Yeah, I'll definitely need to take a break from this because it's been 2.5 hour stream. And I'm obviously not getting anywhere at this point. It's clearly an issue with the owning dialogue component not being recognized in other widgets, and I don't know why that is. I'll make a note of it though, so that it's at the top of my list. As well as there seems to be an issue where the other ones aren't closing out on time. Let's see. Got all this other oh my god, there it goes. My MIDI keyboard has just taken a horrific nosedive. I guess that makes sense because I was doing this, which would have been shaking the Velcro thing. Yes. Hey, that makes me feel good. I just erased a giant list of things that I did actually finish implementing. All of those things were actually part of this dialogue system that I had completed. Beautiful keyboard. Goes back on the wall. Nice. Okay. Ambit. Dialogue. Update. We need to fix issue with invalid what is it called? Dialogue? Owning dialogue component. Alright, it's on the board. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of this ginormous whiteboard thing. It's where all of my notes go when I'm sane. And yeah, I should have probably commented out some of this code and stuff, but I think I was so busy. I mean, I once I get it working, I will absolutely organize it. I'm just having such a friggin' hard time with this stupid little piece here. Maybe I need to go back to the part in the dialogue tutorial where he creates the options thing and see if he like enables something I didn't know about. But alright, dude, I'm gonna take a little break from streaming. Thanks for hanging out. Honestly, like, super nice having someone to talk to this whole time. I would have probably given up way earlier. I am hungry. I do need to eat dinner. It's like 7 o'clock over here. Thanks for watching, dude. Seriously, I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you again. Join the Discord if you want. There's not a lot of conversation going yet, but I'm working on it. See ya.